going to show you guys how to use Russian piping tips because I got these for Christmas and I really want to try them out. My name is Lori and you're watching The Icing Artist. The kit I got came with 10 different piping tips and a large coupler, but I'm not going to use all of them in this video because that would be a lot. So I'm just going to pick a few of them that I think will look really pretty. If you guys have never heard of Russian piping tips, the way that they work is when you pipe them, it pipes like a complete flower. They look really pretty. But sadly, the kit doesn't come with a large leaf tip, but thankfully I have one. Cut a pretty big hole in my piping bag to put them in because these are like massive tips. These are really big. And then I hushed it right to the end so that way now the icing kind of comes squeezing out around it. For my flower colors, I wanted to go really bright and pretty because I wanted that taste of spring. I live in Canada and it is hailing outside right now, which I'm not okay with. So I really wanted those bright colors to brighten my day. And to get my cupcakes ready, I'm just gonna put a little bit of icing right on top of it. But you don't need very much because there's gonna be a lot of icing by the time we pipe on all of those flowers. Of course, for my buttercream icing recipe, I will leave a link right over here. Just click the I. And if you guys haven't already subscribed, man, hit that subscribe button down below. The tip I am most excited about is the rose one, so I figure I'd start off with that. And this is my first time using any of these, so you'll have to bear with me through the process. To pipe the roses, I just placed my piping tip right on my cupcake and squeezed out a little bit, that way the flower would stick to the cupcake. And then I slowly pulled away and quickly let off of the flower. I know that sounds really hard, but that's the technique that I found worked really well. And of course, the more you guys pull up on that flower, the taller it's gonna be, but you don't wanna make them too tall because then they look kind of funny, but you wanna make them tall enough so they don't look stumpy. So there's also some playroom there. And then added some little leaves all around just to finish it off, and I love this cupcake. The next flower we're gonna do is this like little purple flower. I have no idea what its name is, but I do like all the dimension detail it has. Same technique with just like piping the flower and pulling off. The one thing I did notice was the consistency of icing. If your icing is too soft, the flower's gonna kind of mush into itself and it's not gonna look pretty. But if it's too stiff, it's gonna kind of pull away from the cupcake, not stick to the cupcake, or kind of look like jagged edges on the top of the flower. So you guys can play with the consistency of the icing by just watering it down with some little bit of water, mix that in, and pipe away. The next one's supposed to be kind of like an orchid. I don't think it looks like an orchid, but it does look really cute. Now, I love this flower. It looks really cute. The only thing I'm not sure about is that it looks really stumpy. I found if you did it too tall, it didn't look right. I found with it just being so short, I want a little bit more height there. Now we're really gonna mix things up a bit. I want to make some two-tone flowers. So I'm just going to put some dark pink icing around the outside of the piping bag and some light pink icing down the middle. And that way it's going to pipe out like a two-tone color. I'm just going to squeeze the icing out of my piping bag until I see both those colors coming through. But I am loving the two-tone look of these. These look really pretty. I think if you guys can incorporate those two different colors in any of these tips, they look nice. Next up is like almost a tulip looking flower, and I thought for this one we would do yellow around the outside and then white down the middle. I love the petals on this one. The way they kind of like overlap over one another and it has all those little pieces in the middle, the details are really pretty. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm like way overexcited about all these flowers, but they look really pretty. Anything that can make our lives easier, right guys? And for the next one, I'm gonna do dark purple around the outside and light purple in the inside. And for some reason, it squeezed out of the tip really funny. And once they're piped, they kind of look like a chrysanthemum, which is a really long word. I had to look up how to spell it. It has 13 letters in it. That's a gigantic word, but make really, really pretty flowers. And of course, you guys can have fun and mix them up and put like multiple different flowers all in one cupcake, make like a little garden. I loved how all these turn out, but I think the rose is my favorite and then maybe my tulip. But I would love to know in the comment section which one is your guys' favorite. And of course, if you haven't already subscribed, click that subscribe button that's right over here and subscribe. And don't forget to come back here again next week because we'll be making something else in the cake. Bye guys.